No problem. All right, so should I begin now or 1 minute from now?
We'll wait for 1 minute.
All right.
Yes, I think you can go ahead now, brother.
All right, perfect. So thank you so much, DTM Khalid. Thank you all so much for coming to today's workshop. My name is Ashraf. I'm currently serving as the president of Cairo Toastmasters Club. I have been in Cairo Toastmasters for the past 5 years, from 2016. I have held multiple positions in the club, such as VP of Education, VP of Membership, VP of PR, Treasurer, Secretary. I think the only thing that I haven't still gotten a hold of is the Sergeant at Arms role. So thank you all so much for coming today. Today's session is about how to become a successful area director. We have some excellent speakers today for you guys to listen to and to listen to their experience and how to truly take this role into your heart and become successful at it. I believe that Toastmasters helps you with not just communication, it helps you with leadership and communication in a way that will truly project your personality forward to the future and will truly help you become a successful business individual. I graduated from university. I didn't have any experience. I joined Toastmasters and I saw my personality change from one thing to something completely different. Toastmasters helps you know who you are. It helps you refine your skills, your communication skills. But when you take hold of positions in Toastmasters, it truly helps you become a business individual, someone who knows the lingo, someone who knows how to contact people, someone who knows how to manage others, how to project your vision into the future and truly become someone who knows how to lead an organization. And that is why I believe taking roles in our organizations helps us more than simply just coming to the meetings and participating as normal members. I think that being a part of the organization helps you understand yourself and helps you understand organizations so that in the future you are able to lead and you are able to build your own thing if you want to. So thank you so much for coming. So let's start off with today's agenda. We have 3 speakers for today. Number 1, we have DTM Khalid Abdullah. Number 2, we have Toastmaster Khalid Jalal, who is not here right now. I believe, did he join or not yet?
He's here, yes.
He's here, amazing.
And he's DTM.
DTM Khalid Jalal. And finally, we have our today's guest speaker, who is DTM Wafaa Salman. She is a 3-time DTM. She's working on the 3-time DTM, and she's currently her second DTM role. So let's start off with DTM Khalid Abdullah. DTM Khalid Abdullah is a person who for the past 8 years personified the Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence. He has helped bring District 20 on the world stage, managing events like Stardust in 2017, which brought 2 world championships of public speaking to District 20. Darren Tay and Mohammed Kahton, and being a part of the team hosting the World Championship, Rona Smith and past International President DTM Barrage in Bahrain. He has been a part of the first ever virtual contest in the region, and since then, he has been serving numerous clubs, areas, divisions, and the district contest as the most beloved Chief Sergeant at Arms. He is all yours. So without further ado, please welcome DTM Khalid Abdullah.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Ashraf, for the lovely introduction, and thank you as well for taking the role of the Master of Ceremony. That's the intention. The intention was to have all of the corners, I would say, of the district participating in yesterday's and today's workshop. So thank you so much for accepting to be the Master of Ceremony. Let me recognize the presence of the Club Growth Director, And by the way, he's also 2 DTMs, just like me, DTM Khalid Abdullah. We are competing, of course. I'm not sure if if we will reach up to the DTM Wafaa, but that's a story for another day. Since I mentioned DTM Wafaa, the past district director, DTM Wafaa Salman, and we have a person who I think I always compare her with a bee, working bee, Toastmaster Asma Al-Anazi, the district translator, for all of her, honestly, the work that she have been doing and service that she have been giving to the district. Thank you so much for all of your effort, Toastmaster Asma Al-Anazi. And I have as well 2 partners in progress, I would not say in crime, partners in progress in PQD training coordinator, recognizing their efforts as well, DTM Jahangir Khan and DTM Muna Al-Aqab. Thank you so much for organizing those workshops. Without you, I don't think this would happen, this would become a reality. Leaders of District 20, Toastmasters and beyond. Good morning to all of you. Good afternoon to all of you. Area director election. Why do we have to have area director election? Yesterday we had also for the club officers election. Why do we have elections to go with? For a simple reason. We have 1 term to make an impact in whatever hat that we are wearing, in my case, a gal that I'm wearing. And then we need to pass the baton to the new leaders. And that's what the beauty of Toastmasters. It's an experience that you have to go through. And we need to prepare the new officers, the new leaders of this district to take over for the next term. I had a question. Yesterday, I've been sending this workshop to all of the area directors because it's very important for an area director to have this workshop. And there was one of the area directors said, well, my term is ending in a few months from now, so why should I attend this workshop? And that was really important question. And the answer I would leave, of course, the thorough answer for DTM Wafaa to answer it, but it's important for an area director to know how to govern the process. And that's why we are offering such program. And of course, that's also a direction by DTM Alifia Lakdawala, who could not make it today. And that's something that she was very persistent, even from the beginning of the term, to make this happen. So thanks also for the trio for backing me up in having this workshop. I would go on and on, but I'm sure the DTM Wafaa would take us through the nitty-gritty of how to elect our next leaders. So I'll take that for her. Thank you so much for all of the attendees today, all of the role players for being here today and carrying out the legacy of District 20. Thank you so much, and back to you, Master Salman.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid. I mean, I personally love you to death. I mean, you're one of the most incredible people that I've met in District 20. And I just want to give you a huge round of applause. Thank you so much for helping organize this session and for being such an amazing person in this community. Thank you so much. All right, now let's hand off to DTM Khalid Jalal to give us his introduction about today's session. So please go ahead, welcome DTM Khalid Jalal.
Thank you very much, our handsome Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Ashraf Yusuf. It's good to see you after a long time. Let me recognize the presence of our Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, 2 times Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, and our past District Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Wafaa Salman, our Division Directors, Area Directors, our members. A very good afternoon to all of you, and Ramadan Kareem to those who have still not greeted yet. Yes, the term is coming to an end, and it's our responsibility as the officers to make sure we pass on the knowledge to the incoming officers. It's our responsibility to make sure everyone is well equipped with the knowledge, with the procedures, with the guidelines, because they are the future leaders. They need to run the entire show, and they need to be well equipped. And this is the reason why we have this workshop. Yesterday we have conducted for the club level. Today we are conducting for the area level. And we have brought the best speakers to make sure all your questions are answered. If any question you have, please make sure you ask and clarify all of them. And the entire training and the workshop will be based on the good practices and guidelines provided by Toastmasters International. And I'm sure with our great leaders, you will have a lot of knowledge and experience today. And it's not today, we are always available to share the knowledge and experience with you whenever you need any clarification. Please reach out and we're all happy to support you all. And without taking much longer time, I wish all of you all the best and let the show begin. Thank you, and back to you, MC.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid. All right, let us get right into the meat of today's session. So let me introduce you guys to DTM Wafaa. DTM Wafaa is a learning and development manager at the Australian University in Kuwait. She has an MBA in strategic management. She is a certified coach at the ICF and a certified trainer as well. She is the past District 20 director. I didn't know that, which is thumbs up from me. She joined in April 2011 and achieved the DTM award twice, not once, but twice. And she is currently working on being a DTM for the third time, which is mind-blowing in my humble opinion. She is the president of the Distinguished Area 2012-2013. She is President Distinguished Division 2013-2014. She is Toastmaster of the Year 2017-2018. She has an excellence in program quality 2018-2019. And finally, she has Pathways Ambassador for 2 years, 2017 and 2018. Without further ado, please welcome DTM Wafaa.
Thank you so much, Ashraf, our MC for today. And good afternoon, all members of District 20 and guests, and Ramadan Kareem to all of you. Can I share my screen, host? So today, we will see how to do the election. But before that, we need to understand what is the area director, what's the role, what we are supposed to do, what's our responsibility to make sure that we are giving justice to this beautiful position. Personally, from my experience, it's the best position you can take in leadership in any of the Toastmasters. I've done all the club officers. I've done area division, program equality, district director. It is the best among all. You will enjoy, you will have fun, and you will be in connection with clubs, which is the heart of Toastmasters. So before we start, I will start with some points that our international president, DTM Margaret Page, said, and these are the steps of success. She said that district depends on area director. And if the area directors are equipped and know what to do, the district will be successful. They are the frontliner because they are the liaison between the district and the clubs. It's the eyes and ears and hearts of the district, because the district cannot go to the club. The area director is in connection with the club and make sure that everything is reached from up to bottom and from bottom to up. So they are doing their job, and they will do several steps of success. To have a successful area director term, first of all, you need to attend the training. For the new elected area director, the first training usually in District 20 will be in June, and there is another training. So you need to attend the district officers training, and it's very important to tell you what are the responsibilities and how you can succeed in your term. I shared the resources with the PQD, so he will share it with all through WhatsApp or through the chat. Very important to have the district leadership handbook. My whole presentation is from that manual. It has everything we need to know about area directors. So you have to study it well and read what you need to know. You have to lead to be successful with a successful end of mind. And that means we need to see where we are heading. And by that, we will reach the successful year or term. We need to have the success plan. And this is, as we have club success plan, we have area success plan, we have district success plan, we have division success plan. So it's very important to have a success plan from the beginning of the term when you are elected, to know what's your plan, how you're going to take this area to be a president distinguished area. Toastmasters always ask us to be distinguished area, not a president distinguished. But usually we'll always target to be the best of the best. So without planning, you will not succeed in any of the steps. You have to have a team, and we will see as an area director, when you are elected, who are your team and how you can connect with this team on a regular basis. You have to schedule and prepare for club visits. And as per Toastmasters rules, you have to do 2 club visits per the term. First, the deadline for the first visit will be November 30, and for the second visit is end of May. However, we can have more than visits. In my term, I did 4 visits to every club. So it depends on you, but Toastmasters ask us for 2 visits in the first half of the year and in the second half of the year. And you have to exchange expectation. All these are points that was presented on the website from our international president Margaret Page, and you need to learn something new from each club, because in our journey, we will help people and we will learn from people. That's how learning goes on. So I would love to start with this, with the shirt from our international president, because it hits the bull eye. Now, before you've been elected, why you want to nominate yourself? The most important question usually we will see, what's in it for me? Why do I need to be an area director? Now you are nominating yourself. You need to know what you want to get from this position. So as an area director, if you are nominating yourself and if you are elected, you will gain hands-on experience. When we lead, the theory is something, and when you are practicing it is something else. So you will learn on hands-on experience, you will delegate, you will manage a team, you will motivate your team. And that is, you are now growing from a club to an area which is several clubs, can be 4 or 5. You will gain close access to proven leader who will help you guide you in your self-development. So it's like I'm helping the clubs and I've been helped by somebody else. So all the leaders, the division directors, the district office, and international, they will help you to be a successful leader. So this is, when you are in this position, you will have a close connection with the leaders to help you go through. You will feel accomplished and recognized by the district, and when your area will succeed, you will give the full self recognition for yourself and satisfaction. Usually when you are leading an area, roughly you are leading 100 people. And that's how we grow in leadership, by leading a club that could be 20 to 30, a little bit more, to an area which is 100 and above. So your leadership is growing and your exposure is better. And that's how we are creating leaders, by giving them opportunity to lead more people than they used to lead. Definitely, you will practice meetings, and you will, it's one of the requirements for the DTM to be one of the district officer, and one of them is the area director for 1 term. So if you want to be DTM, you have to serve as an area director at least, or division director. The most important, to have fun. So if you want to nominate yourself, these are the benefits. If you are elected, you will enjoy them. Now, the most important thing on the area director, Dtm Khalid said that one of the area director said, my term will finish in 2 months, why should I attend? Actually, this meeting is for the current area director, because the area director of this current term is the chair of the area director council meeting, and he is responsible for electing, making the election meeting to select the best of the best among the area that he's leading. So your term is not yet finished. It will finish in June 30. Please, even if you reach the president distinguished, even if you have elected your area director, don't leave the place. This is the 2 months. It's kind of giving the help for the new team. You are the leader, but you are preparing them to have a smooth kick-off in July 1. So your term is not yet over. It will be over in July 30. And even if we are president distinguished area, we need to help the district to be whatever is the district plan, be distinguished, president, Smedley, whatever is the plan. So the area director will stay with the district till the end of the term to make sure that they are helping the district all over from the beginning till the end. Now, if you read from the district leadership book, there are more 2 areas for an area director as responsibilities. One of them is guidance, and the second one is leading the area council. Now, internationally, Toastmasters International, they recommend appointing area director, not electing. However, these are the 2 options we have. District 20 is, since a couple of years back, decided to make the election, because that is democracy. That's how we teach the leaders to be a chair of an election meeting, like the district council meeting that will happen once a year at the end in May. So it's like that council meeting, but on a small scope. So it's democracy, it's kind of learning, and it is a good experience. However, there is a deadline that the district director usually notify the areas in. And after this deadline, if the election was not done, so the district director may appoint an area director based on several discussions with the ExCom, because the ExCom should approve all the area directors, the district ExCom, I mean. So if you did not elect, at the end, district director should submit all these papers to the international, so they need to have a full team elected. So they will appoint at the end of the term to make sure that everything is on track. Now, there is something important to know, that the area director is, as we said, it's the liaison between the clubs and the district. You have to visit the clubs twice a year at least, and you will be the chair of the area council, and this will be the area council, one of the area council election meeting. You will help in electing the new area director. You will discuss with the clubs the plans, how they will be president distinguished, what they want to be, what is their plan. You will help them to reach their plan. It's your role as an area director, and you will follow up to promote the renewal. Usually we will do it in August, because in September 1st, we need to, in September, we need to have the renewal done, as the new term starts with October and the new term starts in April. So we need to start doing it in August and Feb, promoting. Then in September and March, people will pay. And 1st of October, you will have good standing clubs in all means. So that's your role as an area director. And as an area director, you are eligible for re-election another term. So the area director and division director can serve 2 terms consequently, or not consequently, but they can serve 2 terms only consequently. Now, as an area director, when you are elected, you need to know who are your team. In the area council, the area director, the assistant area director program quality, and here we need to remember, we don't say program quality director as assistant for the area director, because we have one program quality director in the district, we have one club growth director in the district. However, we will say assistant area director PQ, assistant area director CG, or AAD PQ, AAD CG, whatever. However, it's very important to understand you cannot call your assistants as a director, because we have one program quality director, one club growth director. There is an area secretary, there is club president, club PP education, and club membership. These are the area council of every club. Now, this is a recommendation. Is it a must? No, it's not a must. If the area director doesn't want to delegate, doesn't want to grow as a leader, he can do everything from himself. So no program quality, no club growth, and no secretary. It can be, but he has to have the president, VP education, and VP membership. Definitely an advice, you need to have a team, because that team will help you in growing in leadership. You will delegate tasks, and you cannot delegate tasks if you don't have a team. In the council meeting, you need to appoint as an area director a parliamentarian. And the parliamentarian role is just to guide you if you are off track and not following the parliamentary procedure. He doesn't have the rules on you, he just guides you, and you are the chair, so that's very important to know. You are the chair of the meeting, he's just an advisor if you are not following the parliamentary procedures that we are gonna discuss now. Now, is there any question before we start with this main email? Let me check. Yes, Dinesh, tell me.
Yeah, DTM Wafaa, thank you very much giving me this opportunity to ask. Whatever roles you described so far, the AAD, PQ, AAD, CG, area secretary, club president, and all, what are the mandatory roles out of these?
There is no mandatory. There is no mandatory. The mandatory is the three of the club, president, VP education, and VP membership. This is the mandatory because you need to have them, and you have your role. The assistant, they are an optional. So it's up to you to have the assistant or not. However, if you have them, they have a vote. Lately, last 2 years, they started to have a vote in the area director, and they can be nominated as an area director as well. It depends on them. So there is no a must. As you read the handbook, the leadership handbook, saying recommended. Yes, Morally.
A very good evening, my most beloved Guruji, namaste. I just wanted to, I know, but just for educational purposes, can you tell what are the requirements to be nominated as an area director?
Okay, we will mention them. However, you need to serve, there is no fixed requirement. And however, in the book, they mentioned it's better, it's recommended to be a VP education, VP president of the club. So you need to have these two positions of leadership. It's recommended. Some people, they haven't been president, but they are an area director. They face several problems. So always Toastmasters don't force, but they recommend the gradual growth in leadership. So for an area director, if he served as a president or VP education, it's the proper growth for him or her to serve as an area director. Even for the division, you have to serve as VP president or VP education. But I recommend the division director to be an area director before, because that's the most important role, and you will understand the leadership role. So it's recommended to be president or VP education only, a recommendation from Toastmasters. Now, before you have the council meeting, you need to send an email to all council, which is the VP education, president, VP education, and membership of all the clubs that you are leading. So there is an email should be sent. This is a sample email for you to see. You can have it the same, you can change, it's up to you. So you can just say, Dear President, you will put the date, Dear President, PP Education, PP Membership, the area director election for term of 2022-2023. For this area, the meeting will be on this date, and this email should be sent 4 weeks before the election. As well, this date is in the governing documents from Toastmasters International. You can access and see. So you need to send an email officially 4 weeks before the meeting to have proper preparation. Now, the people who can nominate, they can nominate somebody. You can tell them, you can nominate yourself, you can nominate any candidate, or you can nominate somebody from outside. So you will make the nomination and send it to the area director before the meeting. However, in the council meeting, there could be a nomination from the floor. One will stand and will say, I want to nominate myself for this position. So we will see how this will happen. The nomination can be sent by email, or from the floor, that's the day of the election, it can be done. Yes, Danish.
DTM Wafaa, just you use the word we can nominate from outside. What does that mean?
Means the area, you know, our area that has clubs. Members of this area, they can be nominated as an area director. However, we can have a member from another area or from another club that's not in our area. We don't, let's say in our area, we don't have any leader, or not, we don't have any leader. Nobody is nominating himself, or nobody wants to be nominated, but we need to have a leader for the area. So somebody from outside can be nominated for this area. There are, we have seen it a lot. Some areas, they have lots of leaders, and there is no much opportunity because there is one area director. And these people, they want to finish DTM and they need this position to finish. And some areas, they don't have nomination, so it can happen. So the priority usually for the people from the area, but sometimes people from outside of the area can be nominated and elected. So any good standing member can be nominating himself. Definitely the possibility for the person in the area will be more, because that person will have people who will give him the vote. Yes, Hadi.
Thank you, DTM Wafaa. Now, regarding the notification email, it is written that it is an email. Now, most of the communication done through other means of applications other than email, for example, WhatsApp. Can I notify, I use the notification through WhatsApp as an official thing, or it should be an email?
See, as per Toastmasters, the official thing is an email. However, if you and your area agreed from the beginning, like in the success planning, usually the leaders will say, our main communication will be WhatsApp. That's in the success plan. If you said in this area that the main communication is WhatsApp, so it will be accepted as an official. In the beginning of the term, as a new elected area director, you will prepare that success plan for the area. And there is one question, what are the main areas of communication? So you can put the WhatsApp in the beginning, so it will be accepted. Usually those masters prefer the email as it's formal and clear. But if that area wants the other one and agreed in the beginning of the term, it could be accepted, definitely. Okay, great.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Hadi. So, and this email, it will be sent, as we said, 4 weeks before the date of the nomination or the date of the election. And everything you will send with this email, the district leadership handbook, the area director roles and responsibility. Even you can send the agreement form and release form. These forms are important because these forms, the district director will ask you to have them, because they need to be signed, number of the club, name of the club, who's the person with the full name, because these form will be sent to the international. So they will be shared with you with the PQD. I have shared all the resources with the PQD. So he will share it with the email, all the resources that's needed. Yes, Morally.
Now with the new renewal, only those clubs which are in good standard and members who are in good standard can vote, can nominate themselves. Why I'm asking you in particular about this is, I have 2 clubs who have not renewed, and they are not members of other clubs also. So only though this email can be sent only to the members in good standing and the clubs in good standing also.
The email should be sent to all. Now, maybe in the day of email, which is 4 weeks, they did not renew. However, in the election date, if the club is not on the roster, and if the club is not in a good standing, it's not counted and they cannot vote. So that's very important to know. The email 4 weeks, it will be sent to all clubs. In the day of the election, you need to access the Toastmaster International website to see if the club is in a good standing and the people, they have been in a good standing members. Hadi, is there any question or I can move on? Okay. So the area director is the chair of the council, and he will call for the meeting and he will announce the meeting. There has to make sure if it's physical, which is I recommend to have the council meeting, physical meeting. People will come to see the leader, they will see each other, and it can be in any coffee shop. That's what we used to do. However, if it is online, no proxies, as we know for the online meeting. So if it is an online meeting, no proxies, the person should be present by himself. If it is a physical meeting, there could be a proxy, and it's the member who got the proxy from the president, VP Education or VP membership, he should be in a good standing, paid member for the paid good standing club. So that's very important to know. Physical meetings can have proxies, not virtual. That's a rule. And I recommend to have physical because it's good to see the leader, and good to see the leader is presenting the presentation in front of you. And it's just 20 people or 15 people, it's doable. Quorum is important, and you need to have a quorum for the meeting. And the quorum is 50+1. And you need to have, let's say, you have 4 clubs. The 4 clubs by 3 is 12. So if you have 7 people, you have the quorum. And that is if you don't have assistant. Now, if you have assistant, the assistant will be added to the quorum. So usually the quorum is counted from the council member. How much is your council member? 50+1 should be present to have a quorum. If you don't have a quorum, the meeting cannot be held. You will postpone the meeting to another date if it is within the date or the deadline that the district director said in the beginning. This is the deadline you need to make an election for your area. Otherwise, the appointment will be done. So that's the quorum. Any question about the proxies and the quorum before I move? Great.
Yes, Dtm Wafaa, a question about this one. You said
Yes.
that proxies cannot be awarded in a virtual meeting.
Yes.
They have to, the meeting has to be physical. When we had the TI elections last year, we had proxies and everything was virtual. Why is it limiting only the area elections? Yeah.
If you review the governing documents, only the Toastmasters International, they accepted proxies in a level of the district director, whatever, because it's an international. Only this level can accept proxies. Other than that, we always follow the governing documents. In the governing documents, they have said in the election of the area, division, and the district, if it is virtual, no proxies are allowed, and we have to follow the rules. Now, if you need to ask them, you have to send for them. However, this is the rules that we are following. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, great. Now, we will go with the candidates. Who can be a candidate? Anybody can be a candidate. You can submit an email to the area director yourself, or you can nominate somebody else. And nomination can be accepted from the floor. And after the nomination is closed, if there is only one candidate, then the area director will declares that that candidate is elected. And if there are more than the other candidates, we will have a speech, and we will talk about it in the other slide. Now, in the meanwhile, while I'm presenting, I need 4 role players. I need a role player of parliamentarian, a role player of area director, and 2 candidates, 1 nominated, 1 floor candidate. Jani, please arrange these volunteers while I'm finishing these 2 slides. So the area director can be a proxy holder. If one of the clubs, if it is physical, if one of the clubs cannot attend, the president, VP education, and the VP membership, they can give the area director to be a proxy holder, and he can only have 3 votes. It means he can only be a proxy holder for 1 club or 3 votes in general. His vote as an area director is there, but it is there if there is a tie to break the tie, and that's most important. After the election happened, if you have 2 people, there is a secret ballot, and I will give you now a sample of the secret ballots, how it will be counted, and how many numbers of votes. Here, for example, record of election, who's the candidate, how many votes, the candidate, how many votes. And when you finish counting or tallying the election by a secret ballot, you will give elected candidate, this is the name, this is the member name, this is the club number, and this is the email address and the mobile number of the candidate, because all these should be in the release form that should be sent to the district director after the election by an email, and it's very important. Don't wait for the district director to ask you about it. You will send it because it's important to be sent and collected on time. This is very tricky thing. It takes the admin manager of the district lots of headache to collect all the area director release form from all the areas. So when you finish the election, please make sure that your elected area director has filled the release form and send it to the district director on spot. Okay, now, as in the election, that's what we will start today. And after I finish these 2 slides, we will do the practical. You will say, we will now conduct the election of the area director of the term 2020-2023, and the term is from July 1 till June 30. Now, if you have 0 nomination, nobody sent you any email as an area director that they are nominating, you will say, at this time, we don't have any nomination, so we start accepting the nomination from the floor. If anybody raises his hand and accept and nominate himself, you will listen. If somebody nominated a person, you will ask if he's accepted. So if somebody nominated a person, it should be seconded. I nominate X, I second, and ask the person if he accepts the role. If the person nominating himself, there is no need to ask him if he accepts, because he is nominating himself. Definitely he accepts the role. And after that, you will ask if there is any other nomination or any further nomination from the floor. You will repeat the statement 3 times. If 3 times none, so hearing none, I call the nomination to be closed. And after you call it for close, no more nomination can be done. If you have 1 accepted nomination, you will say, we have 1 nomination, and you will mention his name, and then you will ask, is there any other nomination or further nomination from the floor? You will repeat it 3 times, and you will see. If there is no, then you can declare that this nominated candidate is the area director. If there is, then you need to ask them for speech. And here is the point. Now, let the council now, if the district, the red line is very important. And as we said, 1 nomination, you will mention the name, the area, the club, and this is how you will send it to the district director. Now, if we have 2 nominations, each one will speak for 2 minutes, like a table topics. He will say what he's going to do for this area and why you should vote for him to be the area director. So you will give him 2 minutes, and then no speaking after the 2 minutes. After the speeches is done, and it will be by the alphabetical name, family name for each person. So you will not say this person has got priority on the other person. Based on the family name, alphabetical order, they will be speaking in that order. When all speeches is done from their speeches, then you will distribute the secret ballot for the people who have the right to vote, and then you can collect them with your assistant, give them some times, and then tally and announce. Now, if you find that the votes for 2 people, there are 3 candidates, for example, and there is no one took the majority, you have to remove out of these 3 the person who took the least votes, and then you will make the election again. Until you have one of the candidates got the majority, then he will win. If there are two candidates and they are tallied, then you break the tally by your vote as an area director. You don't vote in the beginning as an area director, but you will vote to break the tie if there is tie. And then after that, you will send it to the area directors and division directors. Your division director and district director. Last but not least, we've done the position of area director is a challenge, but it's one of the greatest opportunities for self-development you will ever have. Trust me, I've been in that position, and till now, I haven't seen any position like that position. I did not enjoy any other of the, I've done justice, but I did not enjoy any other position other than the area director, trust me. The more effort you put into serving as an area director, the more benefit you will receive. And till now, the area that I was the area director for them, till now, whenever I visit them, they invite me for their annual ceremony every year, as if I'm still their area director. However, I don't have a post, but there is a good connection. I have created a relationship. So seize this opportunity, nominate yourself. It will make you life-changing for you as a leader. When the opportunity goes, it will take long time to come, like at least a year to have another opportunity. Now, are we ready to the role play?
I have DTM Murli as the parliamentarian and Toastmaster Danish as the area director. We need to have two more candidates for.
I need a nominated candidate, so the area director can mention their name, and I need a floor candidate. Please, let's make it quick.
Toastmaster Ashraf can be one of the candidates.
Okay, great. So Toastmaster Ashraf, okay, and
Toastmaster Farouk has said that you'll be from floor candidate.
The floor candidate. So please, can you spotlight the area director, the parliamentarian, the elected, the nominated, and the floor candidate? Please spotlight them so we can see them in front of all.
Farouk, can you switch on your camera? Okay, I can see you now.
So area director Dinesh, I want you to run this council as if you send the email, people have received it. You have one nomination, which is Ashraf Yusuf, one nominated candidate, and then you will ask, go with the script. If there is anything not in the proper rule book, Morally will just raise his hand and will help you in that. I will be just an observer and we'll give a recommendation at the end. Floor is yours, Area Director Dinesh.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow area council members. As we are end of the term and we have to do the election for the next term. As per I sent the emails, I got the nomination by the Toastmaster Ashraf Yusuf. We have the only one nomination so far. So I offer here from the floor, whoever interested, let them nominate themselves or any other council members would like to nominate to any member of this club.
Area Director, this is Toastmaster Farouk. I would like to nominate myself also for the role of the Area Director. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we have one more nomination, Toastmasters Ghulam Farooq Qadir. And as per I checked the dashboard, his club is also standing in the good position and he himself member also standing at a good standing position. I will give one more time. Let me count. If anyone more want to nominate himself, herself, or any other member would like to nominate any member from the floor. I will count 1, 2, 3. Hearing none, I would like to request any council member to raise the motion to close the nomination from floor. Yes, Dtm Murli.
You should ask someone to second his nomination, isn't it, PDD Wafaa?
No, he nominated himself. If
So-
it is emotion, then yes, it will be seconded.
Okay.
So now we have the
Toastmaster.
two
The closing, you can close it by yourself or you can ask anybody to close. But if you ask, then you need a second and then you close. For time consuming, you can say, hearing none, I call for closing the nomination. That could be easier in the time.
So by hearing the none, any other more nomination, I would like to close the nomination for the area directors. Now, I will request to the secretary to launch the poll. As we are in the virtual meeting, we cannot do the physical voting.
Can I come in?
Yes, sure.
As there are two candidates, you should request them to give 2-minute speech, and the speaking order should be as per their family name.
Yes. Thank you, Dtm Murli, as a parliamentarian to guide me. So now we have the two candidates, and they both will have the 2 minutes to give their speech. And in alphabetical order, I will call first Toastmaster Ashraf. Please, floor is yours.
Last name.
No, the last name, the first will be Qadir and last will be
Oh.
Yusuf because of this
Oh,
name.
my last name. Okay. My apology. So here is the correction.
Don't
Again.
apologize. We are all in the learning platform. I'm also learning today.
So now Toastmaster candidate Farooq Qadir.
Thank
Floor
you,
is yours,
Mr.
please.
Edie. Thank you, Mr. Edie. And thank you, dear council members. I'd like to present my qualifications, which are so, and so. And based on these qualifications, I believe I am the best candidate to serve you. And I kindly request you to all vote for me. Back to you.
Thank you very much. Now I offer the floor to next candidate, Ashraf Yusuf.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Danish. If you vote for me, I will bring free pizzas every time I come to a club meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So now we will cast the vote through the poll, virtual poll. May I request the moderator to please launch the poll for the both candidate. How will do?
Usually it is secret ballot, so that's fine. And then you can announce now who is the winner, and that's it. That's how it's happening. Thank you very much. And by that, the roll is done. Well done. So yes, Murali, please.
I just wanted to say nothing. It's out of syllabus. Both are disqualified because both did not speak for the minimum qualification time.
As a table topic. And here it's very important to educate the person who wants to speak, that to give what he is gonna give for the area. Why should the area will vote for them? You will tell them, I will do this, I will do that. Give them things, not over promising. Say something that you will do. And usually when you nominate yourself, you have a plan. What's your plan if you've been accepted? So it's very important to have, because lots of people, either they make it or break it from their speech. So the speech is, now it's for all the nomination that will happen in the district. The speech is very important. How you can play on emotions in the speech with the logic is very important. So prepare your speech, all candidates, to make sure that you have more opportunity in accepting. Because when you see two people, they're very good and they are the same qualifications and they whatever, who will you choose? You will choose who spoke in a way that touched your heart and mind. So that's one of the secrets.
Don't forget onion as a prop.
Onion, yeah, that's what makes our international director one. Great. Now, by that, I finished my time for an election. If there is any question, we start the 15 minutes question, and I want the MC to moderate the question. Please make sure if there is anybody wants to ask question, the control is with the MC and I will answer. Ashraf, back to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Wala. This was a very good introduction to how to become a good, successful area director. So first question comes from Sarah Ibrahim. Can the nominee nominate themselves from more than one area?
Yeah, but they cannot be elected except once. And if they nominated themselves for this area and they haven't been lucky, they can nominate themselves for the other area until they are lucky. So yes, no rules will forbid that. Yes.
All right, great. So the next question comes from DTM Khalid Jalal. For the benefit of all, can you explain if a good standing member of a non-good standing club may nominate for area director or division director? Let me say that again. Is that okay? Okay. Can you explain if a good standing member of a non-good standing club, so he's good standing, but he's not from a non-good standing club, nominate themselves for area or division director?
Now, when I say good standing, it means he paid his dues, but he has to be a member of a club in a good standing. It's not enough to be a good standing member. You have to represent a club which is a good standing. Now, if he's member of two clubs, one of the club not in a good standing and the other club is in a good standing, then he will represent that club. So when you fill the release form, the club that he is in a good standing, he will put the name of the club. If he's in one member of one club only and the club not in a good standing, he is not a good standing candidate. No, he cannot be.
Perfect. So the next question comes from Parabadaha. Prapoda, yes.
Yes.
If one AD, area director, did the election successfully and selected the new area director candidate, but did not send the details to the district, then how does the district, how the district will elect or select a candidate for the area?
Now, let me understand the question. The election is done and there is one person who is elected, right?
Yes, but
Yes.
the person who was
Forms
elected,
are not sent.
The
did not send
admin
the
manager will nag on their head until they get the form. There is an election and the admin manager of the district should have all the release form. So she will be following them until we have lots of, my admin manager was Shil Paradi, and she was nagging on everybody. And Rashid was there, Rashid Maimoon, again, he's nagging. And this year we will have an admin manager, VG Gitten, she will nag and she will get all.
All right.
But I recommend people, when they finish the election, send the release paper because the admin manager has lots of other things to follow up more than this minor task.
Great. So I have a question. So what if the election was not done, and who will be the next area director?
It will be appointed by district director. There is a deadline that the district director will send in an email. Like if there is this date, you did not do the election, we need, before the end of the term, we need to appoint somebody, so the district director will appoint. Now here, every district director has their own style, but usually we will consult the clubs to make sure who is better, how can we help them. At the end, we need an area director to have a harmony with the club. But it's a full decision of the area director, and then it will be approved by the council. First council meeting will be in June. The area director will put all the names of the district director will put all the names, and the voting, not the voting, the acceptance of the report, it will be by the council, the executive committee of the district, and by that they will be approved.
Perfect, great. All right. So TM Nalish Atardi. what is the deadline for conducting the elections?
PQD, and I did not get an email about the deadline. I'm a president of the club and our election is today for our area, but I did not get the deadline from the district director. I don't know. PQD, you have it at
yes. I have the date, but I will not, of course, announce it. DD is already working on that. The flyer would be released very soon. Usually it's 2 weeks before the council. That's how it is, but she would be releasing that very soon. So bear with our DD.
But usually this deadline will be before the first executive committee meeting. And usually our executive committee meeting will be in June. So this deadline will be before that, because at that meeting, we should have a full team of area directors. So the district director will decide and will announce, and by that date, you have to follow. Any other questions?
Yes. So Toastmaster Danish said, if area director is not available, then who will be the election officer?
You can appoint anybody. The area director can appoint anybody to be the proxy. Usually I don't recommend, because that's the most important task of an area director, to have a successor. You have your term and you are preparing a successor. However, if the area director is out of the country, there is an emergency, the area director can appoint one of the people, one of his assistants, to be the chair of that meeting, and it could happen.
All right.
He can appoint a division director as well. So he will decide who is the person to take this role.
Great. So Toastmaster Nelish as well said, who can take the parliamentarian role? Just anyone, or?
Yeah, anyone. And there's no rules for who will be the parliamentarian. But however, when we are selecting a parliamentarian, why we are selecting him or her? For if we are doing something outside of the Robert's Rule Book points, then this person can guide us. So you need a person who is educated, aware about the rules, Robert's Rule Book, to have a parliamentary procedures good in your election. Because some protests can be that you did not go with the parliamentary procedures, and there is a protest, and sometimes the whole election will be cancelled, and so usually you will select a person who has an experience. That this person know what he's doing and can guide you in this meeting to make a successful meeting. There are lots of leaders, any division director, any past directors, that they are good in parliamentary procedure, you can select them.
Amazing. All right, so Toastmaster Danish said, who else will be members of nomination committee? So Toastmaster Danish, can you please, what do you mean by this question?
Yeah, its question is clear. Who members will be in the nomination committee to receive the nomination?
Yeah, I got you. Usually you as an director, it's not like a club. A nomination committee will be said, and they will interview people, and they will nominate one. In the area, usually we don't have that. However, as an area director, you can decide you will have 2 people with you, or you yourself will be the chair who's accepting the nomination. Every person nominated himself should be accepted. If you want to go with a nomination committee and you have that plenty of time and you want to experience it, it's not a big deal. But even if the person, you did not accept his nomination, he can run from the floor. So it's not here or there, it's not a district level that they have to have several requirements and they have to pass through the DLC or the nomination committee to be accepted. But it's up to you. Did you get me, Dinesh? Did I answer you? Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So Toastmaster Mary said, if the elected area director withdraw from for unavoidable circumstances, will the second highest pointer be the area director, or will it be appointed by the district director?
No, definitely not. It will be appointed by the district director. And it's very important to know there is a deadline with Toastmaster International. If you exceed that deadline, the term will not be counted. Like I don't remember.
September 30th.
September something. So there is a date in September. If you exceed it, then even if you have appointed an area director, it will not be counted. One of the examples we had last year,
Area 23.
DTM Hussam Riyadh, one area
18.
director, he filled another area director last year in the mid of the term for 6 months. So it's not counted for him. This year, he has a full term to be counted. So this is one of the, if it missed the September date, which the Toastmasters wants to get all the forms, then the term will not be counted for that particular person. He will be doing the whole job without taking a credit for the DTM, I mean.
Great. So Toastmaster Najib said, what happens if the area director fails to perform his or her duties consistently as a request? As
required.
This is very important task, and follow the governing documents. A district director with the executive committee, they can announce, they will give him chances 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and then they will say, sorry, you have to be out. As we elect people in, we can take people out. You will be out of the district, and we will appoint somebody else, and we will inform Toastmaster. But it should be the executive committee. The district director has got the authority, with the help of the executive committee, to appoint another person and remove that person from his duty if he's not doing his duty. So that's very important. But usually in my term as a PQD, when I was a PQD, we had a person, he did not do anything for a couple of months. We give him lots of chances. And then we talk to him and we try to support, but it was a time that if we put another person, he will not take a credit. So we start supporting him to keep him. However, the district director can have this meeting and take him out of the area director. So yes, you can do that. A district director with the executive committee.
Amazing. All right, so that's it for the written questions. Does anyone want to ask DTM Wafaa any other final questions before we conclude today's meeting? Anyone at all? Any questions? Like, no?
Yeah. Where can we get the detailed procedure for the elections and everything? Which document? Is that something shared? Like the scripts and everything, that will be helpful for us.
Okay, the script is in the presentation. I put it. I can share the presentation or now with the PQD. I shared it yesterday, but I made some amendment to it. And the other resources as well, I share them with the PQD, so he can send an email to all area director with all the documents, with the scripts, and will make your life easier.
Thank you very much. That will be great.
Remember that the script is to help you. It's not a holy book. It's just there to help you. And you can adjust, you can amend, it's up to you.
Thank you.
Great. I think Toastmaster Anadath wanted to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to say the best part of my Toastmaster journey was when I was working with distinguished Toastmaster, then District Director Wafaa Salman, my lovely youngest sister.
Thank you.
Amazing. These are excellent final words for today's session. Thank you so much for coming for today's workshop, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I know I have personally been enriched with new knowledge regarding the area director. I would like to hand off the final conclusion of today's meeting to DTM Khalid Abdullah to give us the final words.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and amazing presentation, DTM Wafaa. Before I move on, I have an apology to make. And I told the person that if I don't do that, I'll not sleep tonight, which is for our beloved Club Growth Director. It seems I'll take this on my shoulder. It seems that I sent the agenda to everyone except the Master of Ceremony, who asked me today, okay, where is the agenda? That's why maybe he did not get the introduction of our Club Growth Director. My apology, brother. We all know you. We all know your hard work, and you don't need any introduction, but my apology for not having the introduction read. And now let's move on to a small token of appreciation. Thank you so much, DTM Wafaa Salman, for accepting to be here in this very, very important workshop for area director. It's very important to have such awareness and to guide as well our area directors. And we can't get enough from your experience. So thank you so much for being here today gracefully and having such a wonderful knowledge shared to all of us. Next is the Master of Ceremony, and what can I say about that? Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Ashraf Yusuf. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashraf. The moment I sent him a request, he said, yes, why not? Let me go for it. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashraf. And as I repeat, the intention was to have everyone around the district participating in those two workshops, and today was your day. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Ashraf. Next in line is also another person also from Egypt, Toastmaster Wala Atman. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Wala, behind the scene, timing each and every slot patiently as well, and amazingly. So thank you so much for your perfect timing and making sure that we are on time throughout the session. And thanks to the audience. Without you, I don't think we would be having this great workshop. Thanks to the PQD training coordinators, both of them, DTM Muna Al-Aqab and DTM Jahangir Khan. I know that we had most of the session in English. I wish that we had few questions in Arabic so we can maybe go there. But if there's any need for that, we would definitely have another one fully in Arabic. So that's the promise that I have, and I put that on my shoulder. So thank you so much, everyone. And if we don't have any question, that was great. We finished even before time. Amazing. So maybe that's the time for a group photo. I know DTM Mulli is very good in taking group photo, or Toastmaster Dinesh, or Toastmaster Anas now driving. I know DLM also was driving yesterday. All right, someone please.
I will do. Can everybody open their camera? I request everybody, please open the camera, please. And please don't send any message because I'm going to take this screenshot. Someone else open the camera, ask everybody to open the camera. Great.
Complete silence.
Umar, open the camera. I've taken them. And thanks a lot, PDD, Wafaa Salman, the great. Shukran.
Thank you.
I sent a personal message to PQD that if he wants, I can do the Arabic session of this.
Wow. That's amazing. Why not? Why not? Let me see the request if we get requests as well for Arabic. Thank you so much, DTM Mulli. I would personally attend it. That would be really interesting. Okay, let me stop the recording.